Let me tell you something you already know.
This is Dave Kirilloff, languageofhitting.com. So I always tell players and parents that I work with that if your son or daughter has an ambition to play baseball or softball beyond the high school level, I'm here as a resource to help you to reach that goal. So I have experience with this. I worked in a Major League Baseball scouting department. I was a college baseball recruiter, and I went through the detailed process of my son, first trying to get a college scholarship and next going through the Major League Baseball draft. So I wrote back to mother and I gave her and her family and her son 10 tips to help them to how to go about starting this process of being recruited by a college program. So tip number one I told the mother to share with her son was to pray, and pray fervently and pray diligently and stay committed to praying 2-3 times a day. And after you pray, expect an answer and look for the answers in small, quiet places. Number two, I inspired the player to consider geographically, where do you want to play college baseball? In the north, the south, the east, the west, close to home? I'm here in the Northeast, and maybe some players want to stay close to home. They don't want to travel very far away. They want to feel close to their connections and their family. Other players, on the other hand, want to leave the Northeast and get to some place that's warmer, so they'll consider going to the South. Or maybe some players want to consider going west. They want a new start, a fresh slate in their life. Number three, consider this. What level of college baseball can you play at, and what level can you realistically compete at? You got choices like the NCAA Divisions 1, 2, and 3, the NAIA schools, the junior college schools, or even playing club baseball. Number four, the sooner he knows what major he wants to study in college, the better off he'll be. Find colleges that's going to offer his major. Number five, get to the showcases. Once he feels ready or he feels led to attend baseball showcases, pick 3 of the top college choices you have and attend those colleges' baseball prospect showcases. And preferably attend the showcases while they're being held outside versus attending one that's indoors. This is the same advice a smart father gave me when my son was this age, and we saved a lot of money. By doing it this way, you show that particular college that you're serious about their institution. On the other side, you have baseball showcases that may have 10 to 15 to 20 different schools in attendance, and you may not get as much attention as you hoped for. With either route you go, whether you go directly to the college baseball showcase hosted by the school you want to attend, or you go to a large showcase that has 15 to 20 to 30 schools, you want to prepare for that showcase like it is your SAT test. Prepare for these showcases wisely, because it's going to be the coach's first impression of you, and it's going to mean a lot. And in regards to the higher level Division I schools, these schools begin their recruiting process much earlier. These schools are competing with one another and they're trying to jump out ahead of each other, and they're offering high school freshmen and high school sophomores scholarships at that young age. This is another reason why you want to be as good as you can be while you're still young. Along with attending these showcases, start making videos of your son and create video history of your son, maybe on YouTube. In this day and age, it's very easy and quick for coaches to pull out their phone and look up your son online on YouTube. When you have this video history of him when he's 13, 14, 15, and 16, they can get a good gauge of their skill set and their athletic movements. But here's what you want to put in the videos when you make the videos. It's game action. It's game footage. When you're a hitter and the coach turns on your video and he sees that you're hitting against one of the top players in the country or in your area, and you get a double, triple home run, that says a lot. And from the pitching side, If you're a pitcher facing one of the top batters in the country and you're at a perfect game event and you're doing really well against that top prospect, that's what you want to profile. Number 6, as far as scholarships go, the coach is not at liberty to talk about how much money he can give you, but he can discuss what % off the tuition he can award you. Number 7, ask your potential coach questions like this. Will my scholarship ever be taken away from me, even if my grades are above the NCAA standards? Will I always have this % of scholarship? Will it increase or can it ever decrease? How many other players at my position, for example shortstop or outfield, are you recruiting from this class? Will I have a legitimate opportunity to play for you my freshman year? When summer rolls around, what summer collegiate teams do you get your players on? If it's a junior college coach, ask him what four-year schools he commonly sends his players to after players leave the junior college. Ask the coach, how active are you in pursuing a coaching job at a higher level, at a bigger school? This question should give you a gauge of how committed he is to his program. A lot of people don't think about asking this question, but you got 4 years of college baseball, college softball, whatever you're doing, and you want to make sure that you're committing to that program and that school, and that coach is going to be committed to you. What if that coach decides to leave and a new coach comes in and you're not one of his favorite players anymore? He has his own class he's recruited. Maybe your scholarship may be cut. Maybe your scholarship could be decreased. When you go on your recruiting trips, or maybe you're at the prospect camp and you see someone with a cap on or a shirt on that's the college you want to attend, ask that player about the coach. Ask that player about the program. Is he happy? Is he satisfied? Will he do it all over again? Do your research on that coach. Ask other players who played for him. What do they think about the program and about the coach? I hate to trust social media, but sometimes you can get a soft gauge on things and see what players are saying about that coach. Hey, you're going to play college baseball, softball for 4 years. Do your homework. Invest in a place that you know that's going to be right for you. And that includes investing into the coach that you can trust and you can count on. Just like anything else, do your research. Number 8, be mindful of this. With NCAA Division III programs, they are allowed to carry a JV program. A lot of times these programs string you along to play for them just to pay the school's tuition. It's often the case when a player is delegated to the JV squad, they don't really have the intentions on using you for their varsity team. This happens to a lot of players going this route. They don't realize that NCAA Division III schools programs may carry as many as 50 to 60 players. Number 9, an option lower than the NCAA Division III level is to play college club baseball. This is where the player/student may attend a Division I level or Division II level school, such as Penn State University or Slippery Rock University. And in this scenario, the student puts more of his time and focus on his classwork versus his baseball work. For players who play college club baseball, it's commonly understood by the rest of their teammates if you have to miss a game or practice because of your workload or class load, you can just miss the game and still be on the team. This is a really nice option for those players who are academically driven and realize they still want to play baseball in college for the enjoyment and not play baseball for a career. And for the bigger NCAA Division I schools, college club baseball is more competitive than most people realize. And last, number 10, I said, please understand this. Maybe your son does not want a career in professional baseball as a professional baseball player. Maybe he wants to be involved in professional baseball, but just in another capacity, like front office or as a sports agent. I have a lot of friends who have followed this career path and who can provide a lot of leadership. I ended the message with reminding her that the earlier your son knows his career path and what he wants to do, the better off he's going to be. I ended the email message by telling her this, that I'm here when you need me. And that goes the same for you. Just give me a call or send me an email. I'll be glad to help you along this path. Lord bless you.